Hi, I'm Naomi Levy coming at you from Variety Bar in Somerville's Bill Market. Let's learn some bartending basics. One of the most important things about bartending is measuring your ingredients accurately. Bartending is a little bit more like baking than it is like cooking. We're dealing with ingredients that have a ton of flavor, so we want to be really accurate with it. There's a couple different tools that we can use. Generally, the measurement tools that we use in bartending are called jiggers. There's different styles as well. This one, which I highly recommend if you happen to have one at home, is called a Japanese style jigger. It's nice and tall, and so the measurement's gonna be really accurate. At the very top, we have 2 ounces. There's a little line inside for 1.5 ounces. On the other side, we have 1 ounce, and then other lines for smaller measurements on the inside as well. If you don't have one of these, you might have a pot style jigger. This is fine to use as well. Once again, we'll talk about measuring these as accurately as possible, and I will show you how. Say you don't have a jigger at home. No big deal. Maybe you have a small measuring cup that you can use. Don't have that? If you have a set of standard measuring spoons, a tablespoon is actually equal to 0.5 ounces, liquid ounces. So you can use a measuring spoon as well. And I'll show you how to measure in all of these different tools. We want to make sure that we're filling the jigger all the way to the top or all the way to the line that we're measuring to. We want to really create a meniscus, which is almost like a little bubble at the top of the jigger. It's not overflowing, but it's about as close to overflowing as possible. So a nice meniscus, and then we can just dump it right in. If you're right-handed like me, and you're pouring with your right into the jigger in your left, holding it just next to whatever vessel you're putting it into, just to the left of it, and tipping it in will be the easiest thing for you to do, so you don't have to try and wobble around with the jigger. If you hold it right here, you can just tip it right in. If you're measuring into one of the pot style jiggers, you just want to make sure that when you're measuring, you're really going all the way up to that line so that you can basically barely see the line, and that's going to make sure that you have the most accurate measurement in there. And of course, lastly, the most challenging that we'll probably do today, if you have to, will be the 1/2 ounce tablespoon measurement, where once again, you'll probably want to hold this guy kind of right over the top and very carefully fill that bad boy so you have kind of a meniscus going, and then dump it right in. So that's how you measure. And now you're either going to shake or stir your drink. So when do you shake? When do you stir? There's a very simple rule to this. You shake anytime you're using juice, cream, or eggs, and you stir anytime you're just using straight spirits with possibly a little simple syrup. The reason for this is because when we have juice, cream, and eggs, not only do we need a little extra muscle to get all of these things to combine in the glass, we also are creating air bubbles in the process, which is going to create a more vibrant feeling in our mouth and actually change the flavor of the cocktail. For a stir drink, we're creating a silkier texture, which will also change the flavor of the cocktail, so that you have a nice kind of silky coating in your mouth when you're having that martini or Manhattan. So those are our basics. If you enjoyed this, or even if you didn't, please donate. Somerville and Cambridge area bartenders could use your help, so use the link and give them your love. Thanks.